Even though BDMs is a global leader in healthcare industry, they also formed a partnership with global leaders across sectors. BDMs has partnered with Movenpick Hotel to open a wellness resort at the heart of Bangkok. Furthermore, BDMs has partnered with Ping An Good Doctor, the China biggest online healthcare platform with over 200 million users.
Moving to the financial analysis. Even though BDMs has been doing an aggressive M&A expansion strategy, but they were able to maintain their performance in asset efficiency, which we can see the consistent improvement in asset turnover. And if we look at the net profit margin, it has been fluctuating over the past period due to the expansion plan of the company, which is expected to end to complete in 2020. Therefore, we expect the net profit margin will recover and improve afterwards. Combined asset turnover and net profit margin, we expect return on asset will go at 4.1% CAGR. And if we looking further at the financial leverage, the decrease of financial leverage due to the company continue to pay their debt from the big investment in wellness center. And if company can maintain their efficiency in operating and maintain their current portion of the capital structure, it will provide potential upside for return on equity. And this will lead to earnings per share to grow with 10.6% CAGR. For the peer analysis, regarding to EBITDA, we expect EBITDA growth with 24% in 2018. The significant growth of the EBITDA lead company EV to EBITDA decreased from 22.3 to 16.6 times in 2019, which is the lower than peer average. This validates that BDMs is undervalued.
Moving on to the valuation part, we projected the 5-year free cash flow to firm into two components, the revenue and the EBITDA margin. The OPD revenue will be driven by the growth of medical tourism, aging population, and upper middle disposable income. Furthermore, the IPD revenue will be driven by the target available beds and 70% occupancy rate. As a result, we forecast 9.7% 5-year CAGR of the total revenue. We also projected that BDMs will consistently maintain that EBITDA margin at 22%. Moving on to the sensitivity analysis, we calculated a WACC of 6.7% that consists of 3.1% cost of debt, 7.7% cost of equity, with 0.7 beta and 3% terminal growth. As a result, we projected the target price of 28.6 with 21% upsides. Not only discounted cash flow valuation, but also multiple valuation that shown that positive alignment to confirm the discounted cash flow valuation. Therefore, we conclude that BDMs is currently underpriced.
Now, like many businesses, BDMs has its own risk. Because of its market dominance, BDMs is has a quite low risk exposure level. Then, looking at the price risk, we have conducted a Monte Carlo analysis and concluded that 77% of the time, we would still recommend a buy from 5,000 simulations. Now, the question is, why should you buy BDMs now? Because right now, there is a unique opportunity to buy a great stock at quite a low price. In 2018, BDMs posted solid revenue growth, which increased their price to 27 baht, the highest level. Then, at the beginning of 2019, the Ministry of Commerce announced that they will add medicine, medical supplies, and medical services to its product and service control list. This caused a huge decrease in price, which gives you the perfect opportunity to buy a great fundamental stock at quite a low price. We would be happy to answer questions and concerns about this in the Q&A section. However, our valuation confirms that our target price of 28.6 baht, giving you a gain of 21.2% because of strong fundamentals, its robust pipeline, its comprehensive business model, as well as favorable industry growth drivers. Thank you.
What's What's the partner with Ping An Good Doctor like? What's the model there?
So they've signed an MOU, so it's quite in the initial stage at the moment. However, the goal is to share, to connect users in China with services in Thailand, which would help drive the growth of Chinese patients in Thailand. However, what we want to highlight from this plan is that BDMS is a company that wants to be a first mover and really harness the power of the health tech industry to drive its growth rate.
Can you substantiate with actual numbers that the M&A that they've done in the past actually adds value to the shareholders?
So in the past, you can see that there is a significant revenue growth, and they've also maintained quite a high margin. So we can see that the price has increased significantly since the beginning. We have a slide for you for the price. Because of their veteran in M&A strategy, you can see that the price has significantly increased in the past.
How has the ROE been after the acquisition?
Sorry, can you ask again?
How's the ROE after the acquisition? Is it very accretive to the shareholders?
If you taking a look into the financial analysis that we have presented, the ROE that we presented have increased over years, even in the past 5 years. Therefore, we can represent a very strong growth in return on equity to the shareholders. Not only that, just to answer your questions, that about the M&A substantial number that we can grow. Actually, BDMA has a criteria before selecting hospitals to do M&A. They chose from the criteria from 3 components: the location, the ability to grow, and the positive IRR of 13 to 15%. Therefore, we can confirm that the return that BDMS can generate to our shareholder is substantial.
You say substantially higher, but the ROE on your projection is actually quite flat.
When the ROE of 15 to 17% is the ROE on the investment of that hospital. However, the ROE for the total of BDMS will be quite conservative and project quite a small increase in ROE.
Why does ROE jump to 22% in 2019?
This is mainly due from the sale of shares in Ramgamhaeng Hospital, which is a significant amount. That's why you will see a large increase. However, after that, we expect the ROE to come down to a level in line with the previous years.
So you use DCF as your variation rate, and in terms of market multiple, price multiple, what is the current price multiple of BDMS right now and compared to peers? Is it still an interesting stock to buy?
Yes, so you can, we've conducted a football field analysis on the multiples as well, and we can see, we can confirm that there is an upside to the multiples. Right now, the EV to EBITDA is higher than peers. However, because of solid growth in 2018, we expect the EV to EBITDA to decrease to lower than industry average in 2019, meaning that the stock is currently actually undervalued, even though right now it may seem that it is expensive.
Doesn't all this aggressive M&A result in higher actual debt as well as higher cost of financing for you guys?
Actually, we projected that the BDMS can finance their M&A expansion with their ability to generate cash flow with their operation. We forecast that the cost of capital, the capital structure of the BDMS will be greatly decreased over time because of BDMS already paid and financing a big amount of debt for the wellness clinic. Therefore, we forecast that the capital structure will be decreased over time.
How's the margin for the international patient compared to the domestic?
It's hard to say because there is no breakdown of actual cost of the costs associated with the international market. However, you can see that the hospital that mainly has international patients, which is their center of excellence, accounts for around half of total revenue. Because the center of excellence, there's 9 in total, which mainly cater towards international patients. This accounts for 51% of total revenue.
What about the CG right now that the recent case of CG, the corporate governance, you think it would impact the stock price further?
I think BMS has taken quick and swift action to remove the previous director, and it shows that they have paid the price, and they have elected their new director is the CFO. So we believe that it will not affect the price, and in a company this large, there has a succession plan that is already in line, so it will not affect the company.
Is the future growth of the company driven by domestic or international patients?
We believe because their portion of domestic is significantly larger, around 70%, we believe that most of the driver will be from the domestic side. It's also, the domestic drivers are also quite significant, mainly in terms of the aging population as well as the rise of the upper middle class.
Over the years, has this proportion changed much? The 70, 30?
It has been around the same, 69, 68, not significant changes.
Doesn't Thailand's low saving rates affect the whole idea of aging population because they can't pay for private healthcare?
So I think Thailand is a bit of a unique market because a lot of the payment is actually from a self-pay as well. And then usually families pay for family members. So it's not like an international market where actually you would pay for yourself. In Thailand, I think it's quite unique, which sort of increases the affordability of the care because the cost is somewhat shared between members of the family.
How is Thailand compared to like other medical hub in the region? How competitive is Thailand?
So Thailand is, the price for Thailand is still somewhat lower than our competitors. And because Thailand, I think, is special in the fact that it is a service industry, which gives us extra quality of service which people would like. Furthermore, because Thailand is such a tourist hub as well, it makes us competitive in that arena. And we can see that Thailand is becoming more and more, you can tell this because Thailand has become more and more of a medical hub. You can see this from the drive in the growth of the medical tourism industry in Thailand.
And comparing to these peers, you think who is the main competitor? Like which country you think compared to Thailand like would be similar?
Our main competitor would probably be the IHH the hospital group, which is in Malaysia and Singapore. They have a portfolio around the world, so they are more diversified in their country mix than BDMS. Because BDMS is quite a specific case because they are very dominant in the global stage, but actually they are very concentrated in one location, which is somewhat hard to compare to their peers.
And in addition to that, our pricing is still comparatively lower in terms of like patient fees compared to Singapore or Malaysia with equal or equivalent or better quality.
Follow up on the medical tourism. So how fast is the medical tourism market growing versus the domestic medical care service?
กดดันแล้วใช่ไหม
พอทีที่ห้าแล้ว
พอทีที่5แล้วเริ่ม